What's up, guys? Welcome back into ACNC Unplugged. Today we're going to be talking the NBA playoffs, and as you can tell, we have a special guest, Chef G Money.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, everybody.
Yep.
All right, so
Let's get into it.
we just finished up with the semifinals in the Western Conference and Eastern Conference of the playoffs. We have our conference finals matchup set. Let's ask the guest speaker, Gino. What do you think?
First off, let's get this out the way. Hot take: Mikal Bridges is the best on-ball defender in the league. The way he was locking up Jaylen Brown, his defense, he won the game twice for the Knicks. He was phenomenal. He was making threes. He was playing great defense all around, and he had probably the best impact besides Brunson and Cat on that roster right now. And for the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton is a monster. He was going crazy. He was torching the Cavs all series long. And he's really the number one guy in Indiana compared to Siakam. Siakam I didn't hear a lot about all series, but Miles Turner and Halliburton were messing them up pretty bad, man.
I agree. I think the Pacers looked red hot. The only thing is, I mean, it's good to have a few days off because they finished them in 5. So they had a few more days off. So that's good for rest. However, when you're hot, and as hot as the Pacers were, sometimes those couple of days off can kind of cool you off, and you want to try to ride the momentum from series to series. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. How do you feel about it, Nick?
All I know is the Knicks are winning the chip.
I don't know, man. As hot as they've been, I don't know. I like the Thunder a lot. Even though Shea flops.
No one thought they were beating the Celtics, and they beat the Celtics.
All right. Well, the Knicks stink.
With an injured,
The Knicks stink. The Knicks stink.
Oh my God.
The Knicks stink, and here's why.
They didn't beat them twice. Yeah, it's like they didn't beat them before Jason Tatum got hurt.
The Knicks stink, and here's why. They needed the Celtics to have 2 historically bad shooting nights, and they did in the first 2 games of the series. And the Knicks still only won by 3 and won by 1.
The Knicks won
Game 3, the Celtics went into the Garden and blew out the Knicks. Game 4, it was a close game. I understand the Knicks were winning, but there was still plenty of time left. And with Tatum in the playoffs, anything can happen, and that's coming from a Sixers fan. I hate Tatum's guts. Tatum goes out, tears his Achilles. Everybody thinks that's it. That's the series. Nope, the Celtics blow out the Knicks at home without Tatum, and then went down in 6, which the Knicks deserved Game 6 and ultimately deserved the series because of how bad the Celtics played all series long. But the Pacers are red hot. They are not going to go 15 for 60 from 3. They're just not. They're not going to blow 2 20-point games. They're not. So that's why the Knicks are getting bounced. In 4.
I don't know.
Yep.
And 4 is wild, but at the same time, I think I like the Knicks' depth a little more. I like their overall roster a little more, and I also like their defense a ton. I think if you put the right guys with Jalen Brunson like they have, they could definitely win the series.
The Pacers just beat the Cavs with Donovan Mitchell averaging 38 or something like that.
38, 40, yeah. That's what I'm saying. But
he was having almost 40 points a game, and they still beat them in 5.
But at the same time, Evan Mobley was out for a few games. Evan Mobley, their defensive player of the year, was out. And if you take away your best defender on the court, that's a big impact.
They still beat them with him, though.
Yes, that is true. That's where I don't know how to back that up, though. That's where I'm at, because at the same time, Jared Allen also has to be better at the same time. Allen's 7 feet tall and can't stop Halliburton, who pretty much is only a shooter or passer. He doesn't really finish a lot. He's not really a finisher as much.
I agree. All right, so that's the East. Let's just go around real quick. predictions. Knicks or Pacers, and in how many games? We'll start with Big Colt.
I got Pacers in I'm gonna go Pacers in 6.
Okay,
I think
Nick.
Pacers in 6.
Knicks and Sixers 7.
Okay, Chef.
I'm gonna have the Knicks in 7.
All right, and obviously I already said it. I hate the Knicks. They stink. I hate their fans. I hate every single thing about that franchise. Brunson's a free throw merchant.
Bro just likes the winning
Pacers
team.
in 4. Pacers in 4.
Free throws win
Pacers
championships.
in 4 is a
Free throws win championships.
Not against the Pacers.
All right. Keep fouling them. Down the line.
All right, taking things out west, we have a very exciting matchup, in my opinion. The Timberwolves, led by 23-year-old superstar
Michael
Anthony
Jordan.
Edwards
Oh.
Michael Jordan.
versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. What do we think?
Anthony Edwards is a monster, man. He's the second coming of Michael Jordan. The way he plays reminds me so much of Jordan, man. But at the same time, the Thunder are just such a complete roster and coached very well. Another thing is that Shea gets to the line so much. And that's another thing that you're gonna have to figure out a way to keep Shea off the line. Because as soon as Shea starts getting on the line, that's when they start to get. For some reason, when he gets to the line, they start to get hot. And they're over.
You're telling me we're getting mad at Jalen Brunson for going to the line, but SJ has a free pass to go to the line?
No, SGA.
I didn't say that.
I'm not a fan of SGA's game. I don't think he should be the MVP. I think Jokic is the MVP.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with that 100%.
Jokic is the biggest freak of nature in the world. Bro's 500 pounds and moves like that, bro.
He don't even move though.
Bro's
He's like a tree. He could pass the ball, but he's like a tree.
Pop-Tart and he's dribble and he's got handles and he can shoot.
Some of the shots he makes is wild. His 1-footers, he's just ridiculous. He's just crazy good.
But he really averaged a 30-point triple-double this season. I mean, I don't know how. I understand he's won 3 MVPs already, and maybe they want to try to give it to somebody new. But he's the MVP over SGA, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. Shea had a great year as well. He averaged 30 a night and was on the best team in the NBA. But even through all that, Jokic was still by far the best player in the NBA.
Nick, what do you think about that series?
Which one?
Timberwolves, Thunder.
I mean, I think the Thunder has depth, but Anthony Edwards is just an unstoppable force.
He is. Yeah. They cool.
It's insane. Anthony Edwards is possibly the best player in the NBA right now. I mean, I'd say he's the best player in the NBA. He's definitely the most exciting to watch. He's really good. And I mean, as long as they can stop SGA from getting all the free throws, I think they should be fine. So,
would you guys call it a fair comparison to say that Anthony Edwards is the Patrick Mahomes of basketball?
I feel like he has to win first.
I agree, but
that is true.
If he had if he had 2 chips, then sure, maybe, but
yeah. But he's 23. If he wins this year,
if the Timberwolves can go on a run.
Yeah.
If the Timberwolves win this year,
then they just get him some help, and then he'll be fine.
And he's still a few years away from his prime. We'd like to think. He's 23. Usually you enter your prime around 25. So, I mean, based off that, he's a few years out. We would like to hope and think. But if that's the case, if he's not in his prime yet, oh my God. It's over for the league in a few years. I mean, the thing is, kind of like you've all said, the Thunder's depth is just insane. Anthony Edwards is taking out NBA legends left and right. He's a stone cold killer in the playoffs. But can the Timberwolves, not including Anthony Edwards, step up and beat the Thunder? Because that's what it's going to come down to, is how well the Timberwolves outside of Anthony Edwards play.
Yeah.
Chef?
Oh, me? So,
You're nodding your head like
um,
you got something to say.
I have nothing to say. I was just nodding my head, but I guess I'll say something. But at the same time, Anthony Edwards is one guy. Anthony Edwards is one player. The Thunder have like 4 or 5 guys that can go for 20 any given night. You got Shea, J Dub. You got Lou Dort is underrated. Lou Dort can definitely shoot the leather out of the ball. Obviously, you have Chet Holmgren and another guy I really like who he's not going to give you 20 a night, but he still is definitely going to give you the hustle. It's Alex Caruso.
I agree. Cool.
I mean, the Thunder just have they have one superstar, obviously, SGA, but I feel like they have some stars around him, some young guys. Like he's doing really well. I mean, J-Dub, he's good. You got other guys around him. So
I agree. All right. So in this series, who do you think is the X factor?
I would personally say obviously you have Anthony Edwards and Shea, who you know is going to go off. They're gonna do anything they can to get to that finals. I think it's the other main two guys. I think Julius Randle, and it's gonna be J Dub, because J Dub played horrible in a few games. He did not play good in a couple games against Denver. Those two guys are definitely going to determine who has the upper hand in the series.
I agree. I think those two, and I would also throw in there Rudy Gobert. He's been balling in the playoffs. He really has been. If he can keep it up and defend well, and he's been giving teams buckets. If he could go for like 15 to 20 a night and defend the way he can defend, then I don't see why the Timberwolves can't win the series, as long as Anthony Edwards performs the way he can, Julius Randle performs the way he's been performing, and Mike Conley's got to step up too.
He's the probably only veteran,
Yeah,
one of their big veterans.
McDaniel's got to defend like he does, and he's got to knock down shots. Nasri's got to come off the bench and give them buckets like he does.
Yeah, Nasri's been phenomenal. He's such a good shooter, man. A guy at his size shooting as well as he does, it's really impressive.
Before the playoffs even started, the Timberwolves were my prediction to win it all. So, I mean, I feel like their entire roster is really underrated. And you just know that Ant-Man is going to step up and do what he does in the playoffs and just get you out of there. All right, so let's hear for the Western Conference Finals predictions. Who's winning and in how many games? We'll start with Big Colt.
So I got the Timberwolves in 7. I think their defense really steps up and locks down SGA and all the guys who are out there in OKC.
Chef?
I don't know, man. It's a tough one because they're both very young teams. They're both pretty young teams led by pretty young guys. But if I had to pick a team, I'm going to pick the Thunder in 6 just due to their depth and overall. And I'd much rather prefer to have J-Dub over Julius Randle. If J-Dub's balling like I know he can definitely help the Thunder win the series.
Nick?
Ants winning in 6.
I agree. I actually have the Timberwolves winning the game in 6 series and finishing it off back in Minnesota. Okay, so now one of our favorite parts of the podcast. Big Colts, big hot takes.
The reason I came.
Big Colt.
So, my hot take is that next year, Jared McCain is going to be a top, I'd say top 10 shooting guard in the league.
I agree. Right off the bat, that's a great take. That's a great take.
Top 10, maybe top 5.
Top 5 is stretching it.
Here's
Maybe
where I
top five.
disagree, and I'm obviously a diehard, lifelong 76ers fan. Jared McCain's coming off the bench. He's going to come off the
I
bench
think-
for Quentin Grimes.
Who's playing Quinn Grimes? No.
Quentin Grimes isn't going to start for Philly next year? Yes, he is. How much they're going to have to pay him? Yes, he is starting.
I think Jared McCain should definitely be starting. I mean, you've seen the games he played before he got injured. He was getting like 20 a night.
Did you see Grimes? All
Grimes
season?
is balling. Grimes is balling. I don't know.
But I don't know. I think Jared McCain might be one of the best. He's probably one or two for rookies from this year. I'd
I
say
agree.
he's possibly one.
He
The
is
best
one.
rookie out
He
of
is one. He
class.
would have been Rookie of the Year if he never got hurt.
Yeah, and Quinn Grimes would not have gotten the opportunities that he did. Jared McCain, I think, is just so much better.
But you also
Grimes
think of
did get
size.
the opportunities because he got hurt, and he performed in those opportunities, and now he's going to get a bag, and he's going to start. That's
You
how
also have to think
it
about
works.
size.
Guys go down, guys step up. Grimes stepped up. Now he's going to get paid, and he's going to start in Philly. And like Gino just said, you got to think about size. Maxey and McCain starting together are two very undersized guards. Grimes is 6'5". So McCain as your sixth man coming off the bench, that's an early front runner for a sixth man of the year, in my opinion.
That's lethal.
Six man, he will win six man of the year.
He's probably a top 10, top 5 shooter in the league.
I agree with that.
Chef, thanks for coming on. We'll have you on again for sure. Bickle, go ahead.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for watching. Tune in next time for the next episode of ACNC Unplugged. Hopefully it will be a live one with Alex present as well. But thanks for watching.